it's too late. I mean, they took too long. It took them 5 days to get here. And I mean, it took 5 days for Biden to come here, and he didn't think we were worth coming down to see us himself. He had to fly over on his way to Raleigh. It's disgraceful. I mean, they keep saying we the people. No, there is no we the people. It's them versus us. So they're not for us. It's all about them. They tell us what we need instead of listening to us.
Ladies and gentlemen, at the time of this recording, I can 100% confirm that there are still people stranded in North Carolina, stranded after their communities, after, you know, their entire livelihoods were completely and utterly destroyed. And do you want to know where Kamala Harris is? Now that they've announced that FEMA has run out of money because we spent it all on immigrants, they don't have any money to help the people of North Carolina. Instead of, I don't know, Kamala Harris doing her job, instead of, I don't know, Biden doing his job, Kamala Harris is at a rally in Michigan right now. A rally with about 17 to maybe 24 people in attendance, folks. Because the 24 people that she wants to go cackle in front of in Michigan are more important than the hundreds upon hundreds of people who are still missing and unaccounted for in North Carolina. Meanwhile, listen, I'm not going to go too deep into the details because I'm already covering this madness on my main channel, Cinema Shogun. But let me just put it like this. Not only is the government not providing the help that they should be, they're stopping other people from providing help. They've set up blockades. They've stopped people from flying in with private helicopters who are delivering supplies. We got truckers who are getting their tires slashed, who are delivering supplies. It is insane what's going on right now. And at the very least, the American people deserve a leader that at the very least makes them feel confident that they care at all. But no, Kamala Harris isn't going to give the people that. Joe Biden damn sure hasn't given anyone that over the last 4 years. So here we are, weeks out from an election, and now we have another hurricane that honestly might be worse than Katrina, folks. It might be worse than Katrina. Now, mind you, a lot of the people affected, a lot of the people who have died, a lot of the people who are missing, they're more than likely Trump supporters. So the media isn't going to make a big deal about this like they did Katrina. But it looks like this may be one of the worst, if not the worst, hurricane in all of American history. And our leadership is MIA. Matter of fact, let me not say MIA. Because we know where Kamala is. She's in front of about 24 people laughing her ass off right now as children are literally trapped on a mountain starving with no way down. And our own government isn't going to save them. They're stopping other people from saving them as well. But let's go ahead and roll this clip and then I'll be right back with more.
This country has ever seen. The reason why those Americans in North Carolina, those mothers, those fathers, those precious little children were left to die, were left on rooftops begging their government for help that never came, is because Kamala Harris turned FEMA into an illegal alien resettlement agency. Its manpower, its dollars, its resources, its mental energy was spent over the last 4 years learning how to do one thing, how to get illegal aliens from outside the country into your town. And so when disaster struck, they were not ready, they were not prepared, they were not capable, and they did not care. And our fellow citizens, including babies, children, young kids, were left to suffer and drown. They did not scramble the helicopters. They did not scramble the military. They did not send needed assistance. But if those children had been living in a foreign country, they've been living in Haiti, or they've been living in Venezuela, why then Kamala Harris would have sent in help immediately. A betrayal like we've never seen before, Sean. This is infuriating.
The American people deserve better than this. And I don't want to sound entitled, but it's true. All of us, every last one of us, we deserve better than this. Because we all contribute to our country. We all, or most of us, contribute to society. And one of the reasons why I say we deserve better than this is because we know damn good and well if something like this happened in a foreign country, we would be right there to give them the help. If Zelensky comes knocking on the door tomorrow for another $100 billion, they'll have it for Ukraine by the morning, okay? If Israel says, hey, we need this, we need that, oh, we're going to give it to them, no questions asked. But when it comes to the people of North Carolina, the people of Tennessee, oh, you are shit out of luck, basically. That's how our country is being run right now. So if you're looking at the response to this storm and you're not happy about it, understand that whatever storm comes under the Kamala Harris administration, if she is elected, this is how these disasters will be handled. She'll go cackle and laugh her ass off in front of random people about a bunch of nonsense like a freaking bimbo as people drown and die and are trapped on their rooftops trying to escape the floodwaters. It's insane. And as I've laid out in a past video, I don't want to seem like I'm just coming for Kamala, because Biden already forgot that this even happened. It took Biden days and days and days to acknowledge it happened, and then immediately after traveling to North Carolina, by the time he got back and they were questioning him about his visit to North Carolina, he forgot he even went there. He forgot all about the storm. So I'm not trying to make excuses for Biden, but at the very least, we know that Biden is kind of mentally not there. He doesn't even remember the storm. Kamala Harris doesn't have that same excuse. So, like I said, I'm not trying to give Biden any leeway, but Biden is a dementia-ridden old man, and he's proven that time and time again, which is why they won't allow him to run again, right? Kamala doesn't have that excuse. So what excuse does Kamala have to be out here laughing? Is it really worth it to go laugh and giggle in front of 24 people when Americans are freaking drowning in North Carolina, which is a state that could go either way in the election, but it seems like they don't care. It seems like they don't care. In fact, as soon as Trump went up in the polls, this storm hits, and I'm not saying that Biden and Kamala are responsible for the storm, but they are responsible for the response. And I feel like they're purposely, making things worse than what they have to be. Because here we are close to an election, and maybe it will be convenient for Kamala Harris if a lot of these people aren't able to vote. Or if maybe they're not worried about voting because they're worried about finding their loved ones who are still stranded, or they're worried about food and water. But for now, you let me know what you think about that down in the comments below. While you're down there, hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe, ring that notification bell, and if you find yourself getting too worked up by all of this, remember, it's just political cinema.